Welcome, everyone. I am Kate Nolan. I'm the Program Manager for the Helping Regional Communities Prepare for Drought initiative here at FRRR. I'm joined by some of my colleagues who, like Fiona, will speak up or even put some notes in the chat responding to your questions, and Jay from the Social Impact Hub, who is delivering the expertise pool. Just want to welcome you this wonderful morning to our discussion and hope that you learn about how you and your organization may be able to take advantage of the opportunities that the expertise pool presents. Next. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians on the lands in which we are all meeting. I'm on Dja Dja Wurrung country here in Bendigo. I want to thank the traditional owners for their ongoing care of our beautiful land, our waterways, our plants and animals over the, thousands of years, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. Next. So just a quick background before we get into the juicy aspects. How did we get here? So the Future Drought Fund, it's Helping Regional Communities Prepare for Drought initiative, is funded by the Australian government to build drought resilience in Australia's agricultural sector, landscapes, and communities. We really focus on developing connectedness within communities, strengthening networks, and building local leadership. The initiative is delivered in partnership with the Foundation for Rural and Regional Renewal and the Australian Rural Leadership Foundation. So those 5 elements that are listed there, the Community Impact Program and the Small Network Grants, that's delivered by us at FRRR. Those are grant programs, and the Mentoring Program and National Learning Network are delivered by ARLF, which leaves the expertise pool, which is what we're here to talk about today. This pool was designed to assist organizations funded in the Community Impact Program and Small Network Grants to deliver their projects, but now it is open to all Australian-based community organizations. And so with that, I'd like to introduce Jay at the Social Impact Hub, who, like I said, are delivering the expertise pool. Jay, I think you're on mute.
Of course, I'm on mute. Hi, everyone. My name's Jay, and I am the Collaboration Manager at the Social Impact Hub. And as Kate said, we're going to walk you through the FRRR Expertise Pool today, how it works, and how you can utilize it. As Kate mentioned, as part of the HRCPD initiative, the Social Impact Hub has been engaged by FRRR to manage the FRRR Expertise Pool. But first, I'll just give you a bit of a 101 of who we are at the Social Impact Hub and what we do. We are a social impact intermediary, which basically means that we collaborate with purpose-driven organizations, including community organizations, to accelerate change. And we do this in 4 main ways. The first way is through advisory services and consulting with for-purpose organizations on how to design, grow, demonstrate, and scale impact. The second thing we do is deliver education programs like our Social Impact Fellowship and our Impact Investment Readiness Accelerator, which I previously managed. And all of our education programs are about empowering change makers through a combination of academic theory and experiential learning. The third thing we do is what we call ecosystem building activities, where the FRRR Expertise Pool very much sits in. Other initiatives that fall under our ecosystem building pillar include hosting the Australian Impact Investing Awards, which we've done since 2018. And currently we're driving the impact campaign for Dan Pallotta's new film, which is called Uncharitable. And the fourth and final thing we do is we mobilize capital by connecting funders with opportunities for impact and assisting social enterprises and social purpose organizations raise investment capital. Next slide, please. So the core team at the Social Impact Hub, there's about 15 of us, but when it comes to the FRRR Expertise Pool, the key individuals involved are myself, Ben Sensical, who's our Advisory and Projects Manager, Sarah Gregory, who's our Head of Advisory Services, and Jennifer Mullen, who's our General Manager. Next slide, please. So what is the FRRR Expertise Pool? It is a vetted network of seasoned and highly experienced consultants from around the country who have a proven track record of helping community organizations to achieve their mission and scale their impact. There are currently over 100 experts in the expertise pool from across Australia, all of which have undergone a solid vetting process before being accepted. The quality and the reliability of consultants in the expertise pool are of the utmost importance to us. We have a solid vetting process whereby we carefully evaluate their qualifications, experience, and track record. We conduct interviews, do background checks, and seek feedback from their previous clients and references to validate their capabilities. And all of these experts and where the FRRR Expertise Pool lives is on the webpage, which can be found via the URL on this slide, which is socialimpacthub.org/FRRR-expertise-pool. And I will put that in the chat now as well. So how does it all work? So in practice, the primary way the FRRR Expertise Pool is providing assistance to community organizations is through what we're calling concierge. It's basically a fancy word for customer service. Think of it like a hotel concierge or having your own personal assistant. To access the concierge and have an initial chat with a member of the Social Impact Hub team, which will most likely be me, community organizations simply need to fill in the expression of interest form, which only takes a few minutes to complete. The form can be accessed via the web page and clicking on any of the call to action buttons. I think it's access support. The role of the concierge at the end of the day is to save you, community organizations, time and to help you avoid going down dead ends so you get the support that you need and the help that you need quicker and more efficiently, whether that be sourcing and sharing relevant resources or connecting you with other organizations or professional advice. So as you can see from the expertise pool is able to provide a breadth of support given the wide range of skills covered by the over 100 current members that make it up. And this will only expand over time as we focus on filling in the gaps in expertise and experience. Next slide, please, Brooke. And the expertise pool also covers a broad range of impact areas and sectors, and these are all searchable via the expertise pool directory on the web page. Next slide, please, Brooke. Okay, so how does it actually work? So in practice, the primary way that the FRRR Expertise Pool is providing assistance to community organizations is through what we call concierge. To access the concierge and have an initial conversation with a member of the Social Impact Hub team, which will likely be me, just fill in the EOI form. There's 4 main ways that we can help community organizations through the concierge. The first way is by connecting you with other community organizations or just other organizations that are best suited to support your goals. Our aim is to facilitate introductions and to help you establish valuable partnerships that can contribute to the success of your work. The second way the concierge can help is by providing you with valuable information and practical resources. Whether you need recommendations, tools, or templates, just fill in the EOI and we can help you out with that. The third way the concierge can help you out is through skilled volunteering, which involves leveraging the expertise and skills of professionals who are either part of our Social Impact Hub Fellowship or through our partnerships with Corporates Australia. We have partnerships with organizations, companies like KPMG, Macquarie, Westpac, Minter Ellison, and others. And skilled volunteering is a free way for you to get specialized support and help with the important work that's sitting on your to-do list, but you simply don't have the capacity to get done. And all the 3 types of support that I've mentioned are free to community organizations. The fourth and final way the concierge can help you, community organizations, is through specialist expertise and tailored advisory by the consultants in the expertise pool. It's important to note that the advice from the specialists in the expertise pool is a paid service. And as each expert determines their own fees, it's not possible for us to provide precise idea of what the rates are until the work's been scoped, but they're all available at competitive rates. So that's a bit of an overview in terms of the ways that we can support community organizations. Even if you aren't really sure what type of support you're after, or kind of what's next in terms of the project or work that you're doing, we highly encourage you to just submit an EOI, and then we can have a chat and kind of help you deduce what your next steps are or possible avenues for support. But just to make this come to life a bit, if we can go to the next slide, I'll just walk you through. This is just a hypothetical example. So let's imagine a community organization that's looking to develop a youth mentoring program that strengthens social support systems, mitigates isolation, and boosts well-being outcomes. To harness the FRRR Expertise Pool, the first step for the community organization is to complete the online EOI form, which just takes a few minutes. After the form's been completed, the team at the Social Impact Hub will conduct a bit of an internal assessment to prioritize and discuss potential avenues of support. Following this, the concierge, again, most likely me, will get in contact with the community organization to learn a bit more about the organization itself, the mentoring program, where things are at, the challenges that the community organization is currently experiencing with regards to the mentoring program, and to answer any questions that the community organization has in general or about the FRRR Expertise Pool specifically. And then based on this internal assessment and the community organization's needs and capacity, the concierge will outline a number of potential avenues of support. And these could include suggesting and facilitating a warm introduction to, or introductions to, consultants in the expertise pool who specialize in youth development, mentoring, or program design. We could also share resources and templates to help the community organization implement a robust recruitment strategy to attract skilled, empathetic, and committed mentors. We could also share aligned and highly effective training programs to help the community organization equip its program mentors with knowledge on child development, communication skills, cultural sensitivity, and mentoring best practices. A third way we could help is to recommend specialists that could help develop a monitoring and evaluation framework to measure and track outcomes of the youth mentoring program. And we could make personal introductions if that's something that the community organization would like. And finally, we could offer a skilled volunteering opportunity to help, for example, the community organization develop a thoughtful and effective mentor-mentee matching process that takes into account the interests, goals, and needs of both the mentors and the mentees. Again, as I mentioned, at the same time, even if you aren't sure of the support that you need, we encourage you to submit an EOI, and we can suggest high-level approaches and next steps, as well as potential support. And if you have budget, potential suitable experts to work with, and who can facilitate, and we can facilitate warm introductions to. There are a number of experts that we've been onboarding that are open, and they all have different kind of criteria, open to doing pro bono work. So it's definitely worth submitting an EOI in case there are experts in the pool that are suitable for the support that you need, the project that you're working on, and then we can make a warm introduction and you guys can kind of kick it off and hopefully get some free support from them. So kept it pretty light, but didn't want to overwhelm anyone with information, but I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of how the FRRR Expertise Pool works and specifically how the concierge works. Our goal is really for the FRRR Expertise Pool to be a valuable resource for community organizations and the broader impact sector by providing timely and high quality support and advice to rural and regional community organizations like yours. So again, if you'd like to access the concierge, we'd love to hear more about your organization and your work. Simply fill in the EOI via the website, via the link on the screen. So feel free, head to the website, fill in the EOI. If you have any questions regarding the pool, you're free to reach out to me and us at the Social Impact Hub. The phone number is on the screen, or you can reach out to me personally via my email, or you're also free to reach out to FRRR with general inquiries. Thanks again for your time, and happy to open up for Q&A from any of the organizations that are on the call.
Yes, Jay. Yeah, definitely we'll open it up to if there's anyone that has any questions. I think we're excited about this pool and what it can deliver. I've worked with FRRR for just 6 years now, and you know, we get a lot of calls sometimes from organizations that they just don't know where to turn. They don't know where to go, and they know what they want to do. They just need that little bit of help of how to achieve it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this pool can do for the organizations that we're supporting in HRCPD, but also just across the board.
Does anyone have any questions? Is anything unclear?
I just have one around, so assume you try to match us in with states. I was just thinking, like, for example, for us with some HR things we'd like to get some support with, but obviously, you know, different states, sometimes we have different laws and things like that. Do you try and match that across match in a state, or is that just something you talk about when we put in our expression?
Yeah, definitely. We're really trying to get a really broad, cover a lot of locations across Australia, because the feedback from both experts and community organizations is that they like to work with someone who is local. Obviously, we live in a very big country, and that's not always possible, but absolutely. If you just flag that kind of information in your EOI, I've got the webpage provides you with an overview of the experts and their experience, but I have, I guess, a deeper understanding, having gone through the vetting process of, you know, where they are and what their skills are, or their specialist skills. They may be able to do a lot, but, you know, for those that are HR experts, I can propose them to you, and it may be worth, if they're extremely experienced, maybe it doesn't matter where they're located, but I'm very happy to make the introduction to you, and then you can ask that to them, or I can have that conversation with them prior to making any suggestions or recommendations or offering to make an introduction. But definitely.
And is there with the costing, like some of it's free, you said, so have you brokered like costings that are suitable for purpose organisations, like more affordable, or is that just on a case-by-case basis?
It is. It's something that I flagged with all of the experts during the vetting process, getting an idea of their costs. And they are all, you know, I guess it's all relative, but affordable. A lot of them are, we're focused on individual consultants, not, you know, big consultancies that have large overheads that may impact on the cost. But yeah, we're not able to provide specific rates, in that there is no commercial arrangement between FRRR, Social Impact Hub, and the consultants. Essentially, once we identify experts that you may want to work with, I check with them. It's something they're interested in doing. You say, yeah, I'd like to work with them, have a conversation. I'll make that warm introduction. And then it's really in your court, their court, to, you know, to run with it. We kind of are just brokering that introduction and making sure it's really suitable and not a waste of time for anyone. And then it's up to them for you to speak with them, see if you vibe with them, if it's someone you even want to work with, and then they would have their own processes in terms of scoping the work and pricing the work. But yes, it should all be affordable. And I think there are, I'd ask any community organization during that process, if the quoting for work is kind of astronomical and totally I kindly suggest that you just flag that with us, because because that's not something that's kind of wasting everyone's time. If it's just totally out of reach of community organizations. But for the most part, we've been very diligent in flagging that with experts, that the expectation is that these are, you know, small grassroots community organizations, and, you know, they're very price sensitive.
It's also worth noting too, Julie, at the moment, if you've already got a project on your radar that, you know, you can have some conversations with Social Impact Hub about the expertise pool. There is still funding available under the small network grants that are open until the 26th of March as well. So those funds can be used to access the services in the expertise pool. So if you want some more information on that program too, just give me a yell.
Yeah, thanks, Fiona. Thanks, Jay, very much for all the information. After the webinar, I'll send this around with the links to the different web pages. And, you know, like Fiona said, if you'd like to potentially access the expertise pool for small network grants, give us a call. Otherwise, thank you all for being here today.
Thank you. That's amazing. Great support.
Thank you, everyone, for
Yeah,
showing.
thanks, Janine. We're very excited.
So am I.
Good. Yay. Bye, everyone. Enjoy your day. Stay safe
great
wherever
day.
you are.